What's going on, Jeromes? So one of the concerns that we raised about JJ McCarthy is the whole 9 persona, right? And, dropped it after the Lions game. Oh, that's my alter ego, 9. You knew that was going to blow up in our face. You knew that was a point in time where it was over. Where I still believe in JJ McCarthy. I know that a lot of Vikings fans have jumped ship, frankly. Sometimes I don't blame him, but there's a lot of good that he can build upon. But frankly, dropping the 9 thing, you haven't earned it yet. Haven't quite earned it yet. Right? And also, Kevin McConnell is indeed the quarterback whisperer, but I feel like at a certain point he's an enabler. I feel like he coddles players too much. Like, it's a whole pendulum swing, right? You get a coach who's the complete opposite of the previous guy. Leslie Frazier, super chill. Highly respected. Then you get the guy who's kicking ass, Mike Zimmer. And then that didn't work out. Then you get the guy who's super chill. So that's what happens, man. Next guy is just going to tear apart a-holes. What's up, man? And someone who has done that over the last couple of years is Bruce Arians. So I love and respect Bruce Arians. Frankly, he's one of my favorite coaches in recent NFL history. He even wrote a book called The Quarterback Whisperer. I mean, Kevin McConnell gets this reputation as a quarterback whisperer. There's a dude who literally wrote the book. And BA earned it. So he actually wrote the book before the whole Buccaneers Tom Brady Super Bowl thing, right? But he coached first off, Bruce Arians was an option quarterback at Virginia Tech. And this will win you a bar bet. Who has the most rushing touchdowns in a single season in Virginia Tech football history for a quarterback? Rushing touchdowns for a quarterback in Virginia Tech history. 1974, Bruce Arians with 11. Not Michael Vick, not Marcus Vick, not Ty God Taylor. No, it's Bruce Arians, which is, again, that will win you a bar bet. And then, coach for Bear Bryant. He was a head coach at Temple, which is hard to do. And then he was quarterbacks coach OC for Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Tim Couch, Kelly Holcomb with the Browns, which I know that doesn't come off as much, but they could sling it, man. Kelly Holcomb, Vikings legend. Andrew Luck, Carson Palmer, then, of course, winning Super Bowl, Tom Brady. So Bruce Arians has his bona fides. Like, he is my guy. So, and also, he's not going to sugarcoat things. One of the reasons why BA was such a... Why he didn't get a head coaching job until later in life, where he's kind of like Zimmer, where he's blunt. He will tell you the truth whether you like it or not, and what you see is what you get. Not going to kiss ass, not going to play politics, not going to do that. That's why he was, for so long, he was, quarterbacks coach. He was an OC. It was just right there until he finally, got a job with the Cardinals, and then with the Bucs and won a Super Bowl. All right, but long story longer. So BA dropped some truth. Some absolute truth and some knowledge about what's going on with JJ McCarthy. What's going on with 9. This is what he said. The alter ego thing, it needs to be AP, accurate passer. We don't need snot bubbles and tears. You play quarterback, not linebacker, okay? We don't need all this baloney, all right? Just go effing play quarterback and be relaxed and throw the damn ball to the right guy because you got the talent. Now, I go back to his final year in Michigan. What do you throw? 45 passes in the entire fourth quarter of his entire senior year? It's actually 35. But part of that was, of course, Michigan was just blowing teams out. So, but point is certainly taken where he wasn't asked to be a hero at the end of games at Michigan very often because they're just a dominant team. So he has no development as a passer, and like mechanically, you can't think about mechanics in the NFL. You got to be thinking about where the hell am I gonna get this ball in 0.0 seconds. All right, that's saying he's got to go somewhere right there because of this, and he's not wrong, right? We talked about how it's very clear that McCarthy's just been overthinking things, thinking about his mechanics and where his feet are and little finger down the seam of his trousers, especially over the last 3 games. And he's been in his head, and that's been slowing things down. And the hope that we hold on to with McCarthy is that when he's just allowed to play, fourth quarter Bears, Lions game, last drive against the Bears, he could produce because he's not thinking, he's just doing. All right, and eventually his mechanics will get taught and caught up to game speed, but that's not going to happen in season. You need multiple off seasons of working on everything. Maybe he doesn't have his quarterback coach from 7th grade who calls Chris Carter a clown. I don't know, man, but I do trust that no one's going to work harder than JJ McCarthy because he does have that work ethic, which is good. Also, I don't know what I'm missing all of that right now. I don't think he's missing all of that right now. First of all, how do I get back there? How do I read it? Where's it going? Now he's thinking about how to throw it. So it's like that's a bad combination, really bad. And that's exactly it, where he's thinking about, instead of thinking about where's the open receiver, what defense are we looking at, where's going to be the dead spot, where can I go quickly, where is blitz coming, all of a sudden it cover two, what's the disguise, is a man or a zone, blah, blah, blah. He's thinking about where are my toes, which important, but you can't be thinking about it. It has to be drilled so much that it's involuntary, and you just do it, right? Just relax, get rid of the 9 thing. Let's just get rid of the 9 thing, all right? And let's get JJ in there and play. Yes, you're a hell of a leader, but it's totally different when you're leading Michigan and you're leading the Minnesota Vikings. And he's absolutely correct. And BA, like we said, is not going to sugarcoat things. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you what you need to hear. And JJ, throughout high school, Nazareth High School, IMG Academy, Michigan with Jim Harbaugh, and now the Vikings with Kevin O'Connell. Like, no one at any point in his career has ever told him no. Obviously we're just sort of guesstimating here, but at any point of his football career has things not gone his way? Has he ever been told no? Has he ever been coached hard? Honestly, obviously BA's retired, but this would be a hell of a combination, right? And, Kevin O'Connell, maybe he's a little bit too kumbaya at times. Maybe he needs to be more demanding and more is required. And that's, we need to scale up to that. But conversations like BA putting out there, probably doesn't know JJ McCarthy from Adam, but he's absolutely correct. Drop the alter ego thing, calm down, and just play, right? And we'll fix your mechanics in the off season and just play. And absolutely, it should just go from there. So that's something that Kevin O'Connell and company need to take to heart. All right, because McCarthy, I still believe, has a chance to be a very successful quarterback in this league, but there's a lot of things that he has to fix, but also mentally, he has this mentality of a hockey player, and we talked about that, and sometimes that's not good. It's kind of fun in the post game, like a dog in the street, but someone who meditates as much as JJ McCarthy, how are you this hyped up all the time? I don't know. But at a certain point, like BA is right, just go out there and play. And that's something that JJ McCarthy has not done the last couple of weeks, mainly because it feels like Kevin O'Connell's overcoaching him is in his head. But I digress. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. BA, the OG quarterback whisperer, literally has a book, drops some truth about JJ McCarthy. Drop the 999 and just throw it, man. Oh, speaking of which, 999 was Bruce Arians' favorite play. Throw Vert's brother. No risk it, no biscuit. That's right, babe. I love BA, man. Anyways, that's it. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.